Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope each and every one of you guys are doing well today. Listen, I have a very important message for you guys today, and I need you to watch till the very end because I do believe that this message will bless you, okay? And I do believe that this will resonate with many of you guys, all right? So, I think I'm going to title this message, Remember Who You Are. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. So important. You can't I can't even tell you how important those words are. Okay? Remember who you are. All right. So in 1 Peter 9, 1 Peter verse 9, it says, "But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people belonging to God, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of the darkness into his wonderful light. Once you were not a people, but now you are the people of God. Once you had not received mercy, but now you have received mercy." Okay? Basically, God is saying you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, okay? A people belonging to God. Okay, remember who you are. Okay, basically what God is saying is there's been some of you guys who forgot who you are. All right, so listen, I got the urge one day. I felt very led to go watch The Lion King. Okay, I haven't seen The Lion King since I was a child. All right, I just felt very led to go watch The Lion King. And I'm telling you, nowadays you can't watch movies regularly now. When you have eyes to see and ears to hear, and you're very prophetic, you just can't watch movies without getting these revelations and without getting these messages. All right, so here we go. So remember who you are is the title for this video. So basically, God is calling his people royal priesthood. And you know, as I watch The Lion King, I keep thinking about Moses. Okay, but let me just give you guys some context of The Lion King. All right, so The Lion King, you have Mufasa, which is the father, you have Simba, which is the son, and you have Scar, which is Mufasa's brother, Simba's uncle. All right, so basically the context: Mufasa died. It was an accident. Okay, Simba took responsibility for it. Scar, his uncle, told him to run away, okay, because Simba was up next to be king when his father dies. But if Simba doesn't become king, Scar will be king. So Scar encouraged Simba to run away from his destiny, just so Scar could take the throne. All right, those who know, okay. You know, those who watched The Lion King, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't seen The Lion King in a while, hey, that's something to watch, right? So anyways, you best believe there's always going to be somebody, okay, no respecter of person, who will always encourage you to run away from your destiny, who will always encourage you to, who will always just tell you, hey, it's going to be difficult. I know, like, if you start that, it's going to be hard. If you do that, it's going to be challenging. If you go there, it's probably not going to work out. I had an aunt who did that. I'm telling you, it lasted 3 days. Okay, you talk, lots of chatter. Okay, there's always going to be people who will tell you it can't be done, it's impossible, this, that, and the other, who will always encourage you to run away from your destiny, walk away from it. Okay, all right, so that's what happened. And you know, Simba ran away, he met some friends, and he was living an okay life. But even though he was living an okay life, he wasn't walking in his calling. He wasn't doing what he was created to do, which was take the throne. Okay, so yes, he was still living, he was still moving, he was still breathing, but he wasn't walking in his full potential because he didn't do what he was supposed to do, right? He wasn't walking in his full potential. Okay, a lot of you guys are here, you're just here, but you haven't tapped into your destiny. You're not walking in your calling. You're walking on a path, but you're not walking on the path that God has for you. Okay, you're not walking in your divine calling. All right. So when I watched the Lion King, I just keep thinking about the story of Moses. Okay, but a lot of times when we think of Moses, the rescuer or the leader of the Israelites. But in this case, based on the Lion King's movie, I keep thinking about when Moses, killed a Egyptian, right? And then people found out, and then he ran away, just like Simba. He killed, okay? He ran away, okay? He hid in the wilderness. Basically, Moses was like herding sheep at some point. He was like a shepherd, and he was in the wilderness, so he ran away, just like Simba did, right? Okay, and then at some point in time, God, thank you, Jesus. See, God will let you run away for a little bit. Okay, he'll let you go to the wilderness for a little bit. Oh yes, the wilderness is important. We've talked about the wilderness. He'll let you run away. He'll let you go. But when it is time for Simba, that weird monkey thing came for him and looked for him, okay, and reminded him of who he was. The weird monkey guy reminded Simba of who he was, okay? And then what reminded Moses of who he was? The burning bush. Listen, man, God will send anybody. He'll send a donkey, a squirrel, anything to come find you. I was thinking about Jonah a while ago. Okay, Jonah ran away from his calling, his destiny, okay? And then he got saved, and God had to remind him what he needed to do, right? God will send anybody to remind you of what you're supposed to be doing. All right? So the monkey guy reminded Simba, and then the burning bush reminded Moses of who Moses was. Okay? And what Moses needed to do. Because I don't believe that God chose Moses in his adult life. God chose Moses since Moses was chosen to lead the Israelites from he was in his mother's womb. That's why I believe he was saved. Remember Moses, his mom put him in a basket. He found himself, along the Nile. Pharaoh's daughter found him, and then he ended up living with Pharaoh. Come on, man. That was all part of the plan. That was all part of the destiny. Okay? But yeah, it says that, Moses saw this burning bush. The fire, it did not burn up. Okay? So then when he got closer, basically God was like, oh, take your sandals off. This is holy ground. Okay? And that's when this is out of Exodus, by the way, Exodus 3. And that's when God told Moses to go back to Israel, okay? Go back to Egypt, all right? And Moses was scared to do that. He didn't want to do it because he had to confront his past, okay? And then he was like, how are they going to believe me? Like, what should I tell them? Are they going to just he was scared. He ran away from that, okay? And there's times where we run away from things because we're guilty of something, or we did something, or whatever the case is, and we're concerned of how people are going to see us and how they're going to treat us. And here is God is telling us to go back to the very same thing that we're running away from. That's scary. Okay, I did a message a while back when I said God will allow you to address your childhood trauma and your past childhood issues before he elevates you. Why would he do such a weird thing? Because God understands the thing. It's when you go back to your past that you can truly step into your future. It's when you address some things in the past that you can truly step into your future. If you know anything about the Lion King, Simba had to go back to where he ran away from. Moses had to go back to where he ran away from. Why? Because it's when you address the past can you truly step into your true calling, your true destiny, okay? For Simba, it was king. For Moses, it was leader of the Israelites. All right.
Who are you? The question is, who are you?
I thought I knew. Now I'm not so sure.
Well, I know who you are. Shh, come here. Who's confused? You don't even know who you are.
Oh, and I suppose you know.
Sure do. You're Mufasa's boy. Bye. He lives in you. Simba.
Father?
Simba, you have forgotten me.
No. How could I?
You have forgotten who you are, and so forgotten me. Look inside yourself, Simba. You are more than what you have become. You must take your place in the circle of life.
How can I go back? I'm not who I used to be.
Remember who you are. You are my son, and the one true king. Remember who you are. It is time.
So, I don't know who had forgotten who they are, how many of you guys have been running away from your calling and running away from your destiny, and you're just living life. You're not living your best life. You're just living, you know, or you probably don't even feel like you're living. You just feel like you're just surviving. Okay, and God is like, no, I have so much more for you. You are kings and queens. You are kings and queens. There is a destiny that awaits you. But I need you to go back. I need you to address some things. I need you to fix some things in the past. I need you to address some childhood traumas and some childhood issues and some things that you've been buried. This just came to me. Why do you think, let me tell you something. God's chosen, okay. God's chosen people, God will put his chosen people in these different areas, in these different spaces, okay? When God puts his chosen people in these different spaces, the people who you want to get rid of, the people who annoys you, the people who brings out your insecurities, those people, okay? The people who you really don't like when they're around, their mere presence annoy you, those people is to bring out those things that you've tried to bury, to bring out those insecurities, because it's when you address those issues, friend, it's when you really address the things that you've buried for years and years and years, it's when you truly address those issues, can you truly walk in your full potential, can you truly walk in your full destiny. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this message was able to bless you and encourage you, you know, and get you moving towards your true divine calling. Thanks to all my new subscribers and you guys who've been rocking with me for a while. Welcome back. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. All right, guys, take care.